think he's doing?
Okay, this is no joke. This is what people are doing to fucking Jesus Christ.
It's not social distancing. I got a couple handshakers right in front of me.
Oh God, another one! You people are like monkeys falling out of a tree.
No, you're the monkey.
Put your mask on.
Get away from me,
Put it
please.
on.
For freedom! Stop it!
Whoa, whoa!
What is going on inside their head?
So this guy in Michigan came up with this idea.
6 feet apart, oh yeah.
Extreme measures of self-isolation.
It gets the point across.
So you can wear it comfortably all day. Share your smile. Z-Shield wraps your face.
On prend une bouchée et on remet le masque. On prend une bouchée et on remet le masque.
Help us put the mask in mascot. You must wear your mask.
I shouldn't have to make it fun. It's science. It's science.
The world has gone absolutely absurd and mad, and that's what they're trying to make the new normal. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Ukadowski of WeAreChange.org. A lot of absolutely important, jaw-dropping news developing right now, especially around Bill Gates showing his true colors right now in a bombshell statement that should shock the normies. All, of course, as he's deciding to launch GMO mosquitoes in Florida, where a new law is being passed that I specifically moved down to Florida for, that will have huge, grave implications on the big tech social media companies, one of which that we are on right now. This, as people are being put on no-fly list because of their political opinions, and a lot more, which of course we will be discussing in this video. But before getting into these very important media subjects, the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is by another YouTuber called Another Frog. He only has 1,700 subscribers, and he's really great at editing videos, and definitely deserves a lot more subscribers than he has right now, according to my own personal opinion. Covering, of course, the lunacy that our society is becoming more entangled with over a sickness that even the President of the United States, Joe Biden, is accused of not taking it seriously. As we are finding out today that the U.S. President has been absent from the administration's weekly calls that happen with the governors of this country to deal with this specific health crisis, which he's not even trying to coordinate a response with by talking to the governors of all the 50 states of this country. The governor of New Hampshire said, quote, "It's been a real frustration. It's safe to say that's for all 50 governors." And as Joe Biden is skipping phone calls to deal with this national health emergency, he of course is seeking his eyes on taxing, regulating, and controlling the population of the United States more than ever, as he is now proposing an $80 billion increase to the budget of the IRS to make sure that they could audit, tax, and regulate average American citizens more than they ever have before. As you can see by the shirt that I'm wearing right now that you could buy on thebestpoliticalshirts.com, that my opinion of this is not really that favorable. Since, of course, the Federal Reserve just prints money out of thin air, the IRS knows exactly how much you owe. They never tell you. They want you to figure it out on your own. If you make a mistake, they'll throw you in jail. And it's an absolute backwards institution that really deserves a lot of public accountability and not billions of dollars thrown at them to increase their operation. Another thing that Biden is doing while not talking to the governors of this country, he is also redeploying and sending more soldiers into Afghanistan and launching a secret covert war against political dissidents in this country who don't believe in his political ideology. As of course it also came out through the Daily Beast that the FBI is going after people that they deem political threats without even using warrants. And today we found out from controversial political commentator Nick Fuentes that he was put on a no-fly list, which even if you agree or disagree with Nick Fuentes, should be absolutely concerning, since everything we know right now, he didn't break any laws except express some controversial political opinions. And when people are being thrown onto no-fly lists for their political opinions in the land of the free, we should really start asking some serious questions about what is actually going on here. And we definitely strive to do that here at wearechange.org, an independent media organization that is sustained through your support. You can support us many ways as we strive to be the best platform for you, giving you the most valuable information for your life. The best and easiest way to do that is, of course, through LukeUncensored.com. We have a new landing page explaining exactly what we're going to be doing here. A few weeks ago, we were talking and even interviewing the founder of Piracoin, which his coin was at 45 cents. It's doing a lot better now. We're going to get into that, LukeUncensored.com. In yesterday's Luke Uncensored video, we were talking about the very horrible situation developing in India, which, of course, we had some skepticism around. We brought you important context about India that we can't even talk about here, and it looks like our skepticism was absolutely right, as we're finding out right now that many mainstream media organizations are spreading fake news, as we found out yesterday from this New York Post story highlighting a photo of a woman passed out on the street, which, according to the New York Post and other mainstream media organizations, was from the sickness going around. But those same images were used almost exactly a year ago from a gas leak that had nothing to do with this specific incident that now the mainstream media is talking about. Again, to use photos and images from a gas leak last year and to portray that as a current national health crisis is disingenuous, it's lazy, it's cheap, and it's disgusting behavior that is absolutely causing people to mistrust the mainstream media establishment, and there's many reasons to mistrust them. Again, seeing just these images reported again by the mainstream media, unchecked here on YouTube. Hey, YouTube moderator who's watching this video, if you're going to go after fake news, the people hurting people with disinformation and propaganda, right here we go. Stop looking at this channel. Go get the actual people that are spreading fake news and hurting people. Now, when the mainstream media is not spreading fake news, they're also making absolute jokes of themselves, which is perfectly exemplified by this NPR article that says that if you point out how much of a joke the establishment is, how much of a joke the mainstream media is, you are somehow spreading hate. Yes, NPR has an article talking about how irony has been weaponized to, quote, spread hate. Calling out irony is not okay to NPR, which, again, with all the things that are happening in this world, this is what you focus on? This is absolutely ridiculous. Just like the response from the failed governor of California, who is using similar language and similar buzzwords. We can't even mention some of these buzzwords here on this independent media channel, but says that the huge amount of people that just signed a petition to recall him as governor of the state that have now officially triggered an election for the removal of Gavin Newsom. This petition has been verified. The people have spoken here, and to Gavin Newsom, this is anti-Semitic and spreading hate by, quote, racist groups against him, and it's not. It's people absolutely being displeased from his, quote, political leadership, which people akin to criminal behavior spreading mass amounts of human suffering. This is why many people have been leaving the states of California and states like New York that, of course, have big government, democratically ruled jurisdictions that are absolute nanny states where the government controls almost every aspect of your life, comparatively to, of course, Florida and Texas that represent the opposite of that have actually gained more congressional districts when New York and California just lost them. Yes, according to the census, because of the vast amounts of people fleeing these communist Big Brother Orwellian states like California, New York, Michigan, and moving to free states like Arizona, Oregon, Montana, Texas, Florida, North Carolina have changed the political map that Congress now represents. And you could definitely expect this move to widen as, of course, many people have been fleeing big government that the President of the United States wants to institutionalize all throughout the United States. It's not just big government that they're fleeing, it's also government policies that have created a surge of violent crimes, like in New York City, where we have seen shootings skyrocket 257%, all correlated with, of course, the government policies that have been put in place that have created this current situation. The level of crime, the level of absolute pain and suffering that the people of New York City are going through because of their failed leadership is awe-stunning, and I am very happy I no longer live in that communist hellhole. Again, we've seen a lot of propaganda, including from Dr. Fauci against Texas for not implementing Big Brother communistic policies, like lockdown orders that predominantly benefit the billionaire class, allowing Walmart and Costco to be open, meanwhile shutting down every other business that's not a part of the billionaire multinational class. Dr. Fauci criticized Texas for not following his orders, warning them that their numbers are going to skyrocket, and guess what? The numbers didn't skyrocket at all. Another place where the numbers haven't skyrocketed is, of course, Florida, another place that, of course, treats its citizens with respect by understanding that they have personal responsibility for themselves and don't need to be nannied and treated like little babies. Also is set to pass a very important social media related law that would protect its citizens from big tech censorship. Yes, the Florida Senate just passed a measure to crack down on social media companies that censor political speech that would stop a lot of these big tech monopolies from removing political candidates from their platforms. Social media companies would have to publish standards and reasons for why they were blocking users, and provides a large swath of protection from individuals having their political speech extinguished by, of course, these ever politically involved big tech monopoly companies that are absolutely dominating almost every aspect of our modern day society. Now, not all good is in Florida, as of course Bill Gates has launched his pet project here, specifically near Key West, where this week he has begun to release GMO mosquitoes to, quote, reduce the mosquito population in Key West. Now again, nothing like this has ever been tried. This is allegedly to stop Zika and other diseases from spreading. The GMO mosquitoes are allegedly there to make sure that they do not survive the next generation, and rightfully so. A lot of people are mad that this live experiment that's being funded by Bill Gates is happening in their own backyard, which we still don't know the long-term consequences and effects of. A lot of these citizens didn't give their consent. The effects on the environment and the ecosystem are still unknown here, and there's a lot of room to be skeptical here, because this is in part being orchestrated by Bill Gates, a man, of course, who should never be trusted, a billionaire cutthroat businessman who's very close friends with individuals like Jeffrey Epstein, which he has yet to address, who he was giving money to. Yes, Bill Gates was giving money to Mr. Epstein through shared projects. Mr. Epstein, of course, was also a eugenicist, and the extent of close ties that he had with Bill Gates is still unknown here. But until Bill Gates addresses that and all the other scandals that he was involved in, there's absolutely no reason to trust him. Especially with the latest news with him announcing that he will not be sharing the formula of the shot for the sickness going around with poor countries. Yes, Bill Gates The man who says he's only here to help people, he's only here to donate his money to charity. Ever since announcing that his wealth increased dramatically, by the way, he is heavily invested in the shot. And this is an article by Salon here. There's no theory here. This absolutely happened. When Bill Gates was asked if he would help the poor people in this world to stop this sickness from spreading everywhere just by simply sharing the formula for the shot, he unequivocally said no. Yes, Bill Gates is refusing to give the shot patent to help poor people all over the world in the poorest countries. And he's not even giving a response to it. He's just giving a one-word response, no. Now again, this completely breaks down the narrative that he's been paying a lot of PR companies and media companies to promote and push of him with this image of this philanthropist who just wants to help poor people. He wants to fight sicknesses all over the world. He wants to make sure that everyone's going to be healthy and happy. And that's all bull crap, as of course he proved in this interview where he bold-faced said no to the opportunity, according to the official story of everything that's going on here, to help the poorest nations with the most amount of poor people to deal with this global sickness. Again, according to the official story. And this man is denying, according to the official story, life-saving information. Why? Doesn't even explain why, but it's pretty clear, especially with his wide-ranging investments, especially with his cutthroat businessman behavior, but exactly what he is doing. He is already the world's richest man, one of the richest, and that's still not enough for him. And just this very story alone should be shared with all the normies you know to highlight how Bill Gates doesn't give a damn about poor people, doesn't give a damn about you. He's not some savior like the mainstream media makes him out to be. He's a ruthless, sociopathic billionaire, and it's not a jump to say this, because he has information that, according to him, according to the official story, could save billions of lives, and he refuses to share that information. And because of that, he is set to become more richer than he ever has been before. Man, if there ever was an incident, a direct question that should slap the American over the face with, that makes them realize that this is not about helping people, this is not about making people healthy, this is about the profit of a few crazy, insane billionaires, maybe then we could start seeing the true light, the true picture of exactly what's going on here, and not following the orders of individuals like Bill Gates that are clearly self-interested in themselves and no one else. Wake up, America, before it is too late. Man, I mean, just what else do you need? What else do the American people need? And again, this video is going to be suppressed. It is critically important that you share this with your friends and family members more than ever. Double click the URL, share this with them. Forget about the strangers, forget about the spammers. This is really accurate, important information that should be jaw-dropping to a bunch of people, because again, it contradicts the exact narrative that they want you believing. Everything that this man says and does should be questioned to the highest degree. That's according to my own personal opinion. What do you think? Do you think I'm wrong in any way, shape, or form? Let me know down in the comment section below. Seriously, sharing this video, one of the most important things that you guys could do. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys doing that. I have a lot more to say about this, by the way. I'm going to go off on LukeUncensored.com. A lot more information that I'm going to be sharing. Love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on WeAreChange.org.